Now let's go to stage 2.
Okay.
Stage 2, you eliminate the first step. So assume, so if this is your normal stance, then bring this foot slightly inward. Go, bring it back without taking this step, but taking this step, only this step. Eliminate the first step. The rest should be the same.
So there, it's there. Okay.
The step is too wide. So you'll have to, again,
There, just like this. From here to here.
wait. If this is your regular stance,
Yeah.
then
And just a little
and then only this section. That step was too wide.
Too wide.
So you went outside.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So move to the right a bit more. Yeah. Yeah, that step, the step is not reaching out, but rather what happens is that if you let your body move this way slightly, then in order to maintain the balance, you have to take this step. When you walk, you keep moving your body and then just put the foot in front of your body, right? Not to fall over it. The same thing, instead of going, reaching out, so the same thing, this left step, go here, and then because you're shifting this way, and then you will take this step, instead of taking intentional long step. Again, use your wrist at the toward the end of the backswing. You have to use your wrist. That trigger motion was weak.
Weak. Yeah, that's right.
Good trigger and the active backswing, and add your slight wrist motion at the end. Again, this time pay attention to the wrist motion, intentional wrist motion at toward the end of the backswing. Now the trigger was weak. The trigger was weak.
You mean weak is go this?
In order,
It's this.
yeah, in order to go backward actively,
first over here.
then you have to have active trigger motion. Yes, that's good. So again, yes. Yeah, the more wrist motion you add, the easier the swing becomes, because
Oh, okay.
big portion of the speed
That's
is
right,
coming
that's
from that wrist action. So you don't have to put a lot of effort. Yes. So that's stage 2. Keep working on it. 3 of them. So make it more rhythmic. Feel the vertical rhythm. Again. That trigger was weak.
The initial one. The initial one. Okay.
Ready, go. Yeah, when you have good trigger, then automatically everything goes right there. So this is stage 2. Let's go to stage 1, and then stage 2. Stage 1, 2 in a row.
Stage 1.
Stage 1, fit together. And then, although you are taking steps, but you are not really taking advantage of this pelvis turn.
Okay.
Again, when you throw pelvis turn together, and then doing the backswing shift, and then using the pelvis turn, you bring everything up.
Okay. I
But
get
still
it.
you are
I get
using
it.
the upper
More the upper body. I get it. Okay.
Again, that doesn't have to be jerky.
Yeah.
It has to be continuous. Throw and bring it back. instead of
Okay.
make the whole thing continuous, but turn the pelvis more, turn the pelvis more.
Okay. There.
Yes,
Okay.
that's it. Then all the way back again, instead of using the arms, you have to go pelvis turn and the way that this is completed, and then also turn the pelvis and bring it back and the left instead of using arms.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Or the whole rhythm is coming from your leg actually, leg and pelvis. Stage 1, 2. And then stage 2. So for the stage 2, statistically, you have to stand again over here to the right. So if this is your regular stance in the middle here. Stage 1, bring both feet inward. Stage 2, only left one inward, because then you will be able to take this.
Okay.
So try to use the center of the mat
Yes.
to align your feet.
More wrists.
So stage 2. Okay.
Good.
Yeah. So then just let's move on to stage 3. In stage 3, no stance. So assume your regular stance, but the rest stays the same. You can go, I think, a bit wider stance. Your stance, yeah, about that. And then the rest stays the same. Good trigger motion, back swing, and then let it go. Turn your pelvis more.
Okay.
And then at the top, instead of turning the arms too much, reach out and then keep wrist motion at the end. Yes. So when you use the wrist motion, actually your body motion does not have to be that big. Just to feel the rhythm, just to use the legs to drive the whole thing. But you don't have to have an excessive movement.
So the
Yeah. Yes. So that's stage 3. Again, stage 3. The trigger motion is weak.
I just try to place it with the arms. That's right. It's there. There.
The trigger motion should represent
The swing.
the right rhythm, the right level of rigor. Okay. So if your overall swing pattern is then you have to use this tempo. And also, if you want to have an active motion, back swing motion.
Let me do it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. Now keep the hands close to your body and then try to swing by using your core muscles. Yeah,
The lower body.
Yes. And the part of the reason the impact becomes not consistent because it is when you keep your hands away from your body.
Yes.
So when you keep the hands close to the body, all you need is just using the body and then hit the ball and then you have this impact position here. So it's a lot easier to control the impact. So, and then naturally you will use the body turn here.
Sure.
Okay. So go up and introduce the wrist cover a little bit. Let it go. Yeah. Go close. And that ooh should be really exaggerated. And then your motion has to be also exaggerated.
Okay.
Yeah. Not just the ooh sound, but the ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
Yes. With that, you will be able to use your body more.
Okay.
Yeah. So your swing now is coming, speed is coming from this way.
The timing and the
So
wait for it, like it's wait for it.
for sure backswing, you will have a long transition phase. Go. And then you are using the lower to hit the ball. So give me stage 3. So one practice. Give me good trigger motion, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then the wrist motion toward the end of the backswing.
Okay.
Now, I will record this. Okay, ready, go. Ready, go. So that one, the trigger and the backswing was slow. So more, but it's has to be continuous motion. Okay. But yeah. So now the thing is whether you can do this or not. So as I said, toward the end of the backswing, you introduce the wrist motion, right? And without putting much effort, it all comes from here. So try to come up with something like this. So should use your lower body more, not the arms. Try to give me the sound.
With the trigger motion or not?
Trigger motion. Trigger motion will always help. Okay. Okay, swing it. So again, stage 3. You heard the sound,
Yeah.
clicking sound, and then the light.
Yeah. Why is that?
When you reach a certain speed, then the light will come. Yeah, that means that you are generating fairly high speed now.
Okay.
But try to turn on the light a bit earlier.
How do I do that? Earlier?
So then you have to generate a bit higher speed.
So go this way, or what do you mean?
No, on the way down, you have to reach that certain speed earlier.
Oh.
So swing harder using the wrist motion.
Yeah. Okay.
Toward the end of the backswing, using the wrist motion, try to use your wrist more actively and see how early you can turn it on.
Okay.
So you can use your body more and then try to turn it on. This is contest. I don't know whether I'll be able to generate this.
Of course you can. Next time. Easy.
So where is my
Yeah.
light attendant? So I reached the speed a lot earlier.
Yeah. It's all.
It all depends on how you use your body to
Yeah.
help the club move down.
Yeah.
So up here,
When do you start with your, I'm looking like it's going.
the whole thing starts from
Press
here.
here.
The whole thing starts here. You have good turn here, and then I'm starting the downswing with my robot.
Let it go.
It's really important to accelerate your body early on. And then when you have enough body rotation velocity, then later you will try to accelerate the arms and the club,
Okay.
and your body will slow down.
Okay. So is it from here, just straight? There.
So at the beginning of the downswing, you have to use your body a lot better.
Yeah.
Again. So make the backswing more rigorous. You're still trying to put a lot of effort in the downswing.
Okay.
But have to have a good wind up. Then automatically you will be able to start the
Yeah.
downswing really well. Getting better? Yes. Now I see the lights earlier. Okay, again. You have to use you really use your body. Now let's use the good trigger one.
Let me see. I think it's.
You should have a good wind up, and then by taking advantage of that good wind up, you have to start the downswing. Yeah, but with that, your swing pattern is getting better. So now you're using your body better and better, better and better. Okay, let me record this. Then, okay, stage 3. Give me a good
Yeah.
trigger, and then good backswing.
Okay.
Ready, go. Again. Ready, go. All the way down. It turns on about here.
What?
On the way down here. It turns on about here.
Okay.
Although from there I cannot see the light.
Oh, the light.
That way, but from this direction I can see.
And it should be.
But the color on the way down here, about here, the light.
And it should be
That's good. That's good. But if you generate a higher speed,
with the.
then obviously you will turn on earlier because you will reach that higher speed before. Yeah. So the light will come up early. But with this, now we see a lot better swing pattern.
Sure.
You see? So this is the positive side. And then I will remove this. This is just to ignite your fighting spirit. You know? Yeah, I've never used this recently, but this is
It's good.
interesting
It is.
device.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
So the question is how we take advantage of this new swing pattern in your normal swing without the trigger motion. So give me a swing. Yeah, you can wait a bit more. The motion pattern is a lot better, but you can wait a bit more.
Okay.
The reason why you cannot generate speed as much as I do, I'm a lot older than you. I'm becoming 60 this year, so I'm a lot older than you. But I don't waste the end of backswing and early downswing. So I am actually preparing my body during the later part of the backswing, so that I can go right away in the downswing.
Okay.
So you have to, remember that. So the end of backswing and then early downswing, these are all connected. It's one continuous motion. Okay, you don't just waste it. You have to really take advantage of it, and then have a good initial condition for the downswing.
Okay.
So then again, doing the backswing, it doesn't have to be a jerky motion, but it should be reasonably fast, so that you can prepare your body doing the backswing. And they have a bit more time. So by having wrist motion at the end, and also moving your body slightly backward toward the target, then you can naturally have more time. And then during that period, you have to have a tension in your right hip. You should feel tension in your right hip muscles.
So don't let it sway too much. Because when I feel tension here, it's because I'm trying to stop it like there.
So as long as you return, you recenter the body, then the initial sway is not a problem. But if you stay there, then it's a problem.
I get it. Okay. So I'm going to try to saturate the recentering. And let's see, if I can make it better.
So again, it's a reasonably fast motion. And then put the wrist card, top. Yes. And then so it really depends on the downswing from this position, how you start the downswing.
Yeah.
How you use your body, and then you have enough swinging. If your body works all separately, they don't work together.
No.
They will not be able to generate good speed. Yeah. So again, try to feel the orchestrated motions of the body part to promote the club motion. Yes. I can see that you are engaging your legs more and more. That's a natural progress. Yeah. More than anything, now you are using your body, your core, a lot better. Yes. So, basically, the reason why we practice all the step drills and everything is to eventually sort of induce more body-driven swing. And then your swing pattern is a lot different from your initial swing.
Sure.
Okay. So again, remember, in front of you, you have this big pinata with a lot of treasures, right? Mm-hmm. You will break it by swinging hard. And then, in order to have a good downswing, in the backswing, if you just spin and then bring your arms up, then you will not be able to do this. So, during the backswings, you will have to use your body. One way to do it is, again, shift. Shift and then turn and then recenter. Shift the turn and then recenter. Okay. Shift the turn and then recenter. Shift the turn and recenter. And use your legs. Actually, the key for the downswing speed is your left leg. So you have to allow your body to be in the position where you really use your left leg. But if you don't have enough time, then just to try to bring down. Even though you're using your core muscle more, but still you're not using your left leg that much. Okay. So my secret is actually the left leg. Yep.
Right. Okay. I felt that.
Again, shift away, turn and recenter. Mm-hmm. He's using his body. Better now. Yeah. Then all you need to pay attention to is where the ball is, and then just to have.
Right now, I'm just
that impact the position.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm not focusing on what's going on.
Just to try to image the impact the position. You don't have to worry about anything else. Your body is now already moving.
Okay.
And then even in the downswing later, you have to free your wrist so that let the club go. Then you will have really stable finish position. And then particularly the other impact, if you try to hold the club tight, then either you have a bad slice or hook, because you are still influencing the motion of the club near the impact. But when you free the wrist and then let it go, during this process, you will develop the momentum of the club head. That club head will hit the ball. If the club head has enough momentum, so you will just hit the ball, and then so speed will give you the distance. And then the less you influence the motion of the club head at impact, the more consistent the shot is, because you only image the impact position using the speed generated here to hit the ball instead of trying to force the club head motion.
Yeah. My swing was always forcing things.
So when your wrist is tight here near the impact, then you will lose the speed. At the same time, you are influencing the face orientation, and then it will give you a...
So it has to be like we're doing right now. The wrist and everything is going to be very light.
Yeah.
And
So on the way up, we added this wrist motion at the top, right? With that, you come down, and again, you naturally add the wrist motion near the impact, and then let it go. That way, you will have less movement. Okay. All right, so then I will record your normal swing. Okay, ready. So this normal swing, you don't have the trigger motion.
Okay.
Oh, let's do this. So let's do a stage 3, and then your normal swing. So first, the stage 3 will give you the rhythm, the feel of the rhythm.
Okay.
Good. Stage 3. And then go to your normal swing. Yeah. So remember that rhythm, okay, and then do the stage 3. So give me again. Give me again stage 3, and then your normal swing. Okay. Now your normal swing. So in doing that, you always remember the
Yeah.
Just the normal swing. Ready, go. So basically, in order to promote more dynamic motion, all you need is from here. So I have this lateral motion. This is okay. Go here and then go away and then let go. So
You mean on the actual shot, by 2 it's okay to start with?
you have to keep some motion.
Okay. Yeah.
We have this wide stance. That means we have room for this motion. But if you don't really take advantage of the stance, and it's only spin around, that doesn't make sense. So we are allowed to move in this direction with good control, because we have wide stance. We cannot move this way, that direction. But this way is okay. By actively moving the pelvis like this, imagine a cone-shaped space here. The head is not moving laterally that much. So what your goal is, move the pelvis actively, but still your head is not moving that much. Yeah. We have this room.
Sure. Okay.
You have to take advantage of this, then you will have more lower injuries. Give me 3 swings. Hard. Break the pinata.
Okay.
And then in doing that, remember earlier we did the hook.
Yeah.
The same thing. You can count the number. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2. So by counting 1, 2 earlier, at 3 you will start. So you already know when you start the motion. Then your body will prepare for it.
3.
Yeah. Your body will prepare for it.
Okay.
So when you can expect, when
Sure.
to start this, the motion.
2.
Again, use more wrist motion
Yeah.
at the time. And then, so this time, because you use the wrist motion, it will swing a lot better. So when you have reasonable wrist motion, then the downswing, you don't have to turn this too much.
So just, yeah, I forgot that. It's just, I gotta give it.
Yeah, because from here, your reasonable turn initially, okay, and then with that, let it go.
And just like throw it there.
So you don't avoid the ball,
Sure.
but still you have keep the gaze on the ball, right? And then let it go. So that will give you good effect. Yeah. So you don't need the excessive body.
That's right.
When you have excessive body, that means there's still the upper body is dragging this thing.
Yeah, okay.
Then you can have sometimes a bad hook. Okay. So again, use your wrist a bit more.
1, 2.
This time the wrist motion was not.
Well, it's not good, right?
Like 1, 2, 3. As you go up later, you will have wrist motion. And then, so if you just bring the club up, 1, 2, 3, like this, the whole thing is turning together.
Yeah.
Instead, 1, 2, 3. First, shift first and then turn.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Shift and turn. This is called the shift turn rhythm. Shun rhythm. Shift turn and also shift turn.
Okay.
Always you have shift motion. First and then turn. Shift first and turn.
Shift.
Yeah. But then this motion will be a lot easier. If you have with shift then turn, it's a lot easier. And then you can introduce the wrist motion at the end. So, and here. Instead of, when you lift the whole thing, it's hard to
Yes,
at
yeah,
the end
yeah.
introduce the wrist motion.
Okay.
So when you use the whole upper body, it's easier to introduce the wrist motion early on, and then but in order to have the late wrist motion here, then shift first and then turn and then
Okay.
wrist motion. Like this. So the main reason we use the trigger motion is to make this a lot
Easier.
more natural, yeah, easier. So you have to do the same thing without the trigger motion. Yeah. And then if it helps, then you can introduce a body trigger.
Okay.
So you start 1, 2, lift your right here. 1, 2, 3. If that helps.
Yeah, let me see.
Yes, that's a lot. That looks a lot more natural for you. Yes. So now make it a bit more exaggerated. So
Okay.
make a bit bigger trigger motion with your body.
1, 2.
Yeah. So that is one way to promote active
Let's start.
So instead of the club trigger, you could use the body.
Okay. So 1, 2.
It's not quick turn, but
Yeah.
maintain the same tempo. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Make it a bit bigger and then also slow. So you have to maintain the same tempo.
That's right.
But the quick jerky motion does not help
Yeah.
much. That the initial motion was late or slow. So 1, 2, 3. So from this motion to
Yeah,
3
yeah.
is continuous.
It's continuous, yeah. 1,
Yeah. And then wrist
2. Yeah.
at the top. This time it was a bit stiff. Yeah. Always free your wrist.
Free, yeah. I still gotta take a bit.
Again. 1, 2, 3. 1,
One.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
You have to teach
One,
your body how
two, there.
to use the
Yeah.
beats.
So 1, 2.
Yeah. 1, 2. So 1, you will go down and up.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
1,
Yeah. So you will have to practice this a little bit.
2. Yeah.
Again, when you have this natural trigger motion, it will be a lot easier to
Yeah.
start. But the bottom line is now your swing technique is a lot better.
Yeah.
So now you have experienced the art of wrist
Yeah.
motion.
Yeah. Definitely.
That will make the swing a lot easier, and then also actually the speed will increase. Right?
Yeah. Now from there, I mean, I got a lot of things on my mind to work with, but that's practice.
So all we need is go here and then introduce a little bit wrist motion up here, and then come down, close to your body, but not this one, or not this one.
Okay.
Just to bring it down so that the right elbow just touches the trunk, and then keep moving. Come down here and then let it go. And all you need to do is just this position and then impact position.
Yeah.
Okay?